Yo, what's going on, guys? Swoosh here. Today we're going to be looking at Season 9 of Marvel Rivals with the addition of Jubilee, the new strategist. Now, I've been hella hyped for her personally, just being that I'm an X-Men fan, and I just love seeing some of my favorite characters come to the game. So with that, let's look at her overview and some of her abilities. Actually, let's look at some of these cosmetics first. This is her base skin, the one that she wears all the time, which I believe personally is probably the best base skin in the game, but you can tell me who you think has the best base skin in the game down in the comments. This is the shop skin that she comes with, Midnight Mutant. Pretty fire, got a vampire vibe going on, because I'm not sure if you guys are aware, she is a vampire in this lore and also in the mainline X-Men runs, I believe. And this is her last one. It's just a recolor from what I understand, but it's got some cool deep blues and yellow on her main top here, and then her glasses are yellow. Looks hella cool. I don't think she has any spray. Oh, she does. Midnight Mutant here. And then her Jubilee spray you get from Proficiency. I don't think there's any emojis. And then her accessories, her little, I believe it's a dragon or something. I can't exactly remember. And then let's look at her ability. Actually, no, let's look at her proficiency, her rewards. First few levels, it's pretty much the same as every other hero. This is her character card down in the bottom. You get the little banner, you get the spray, you get the little, I don't know what these are called, I can't remember, Fantastic Jubilee. Then the first kill banner, that one's pretty cool. Nice yellow kill banner. I'm not sure if we have any yellow ones, so that's cool. Her second kill banner, which that one looks sick. You could see all the fireworks going off. And then level 18, just more of these tokens. And then finally her Lord, which I think is one of my favorite Lord icons. Just so clean, it's got the bubbles, it's got cool colors and a cool pose. But my favorite is her champion icon. You can't tell me this isn't a sick champion icon. Alright, let's hop in the range to show off some of her abilities for you. Alright, where is she? Here she is. So, as you can see here, she's only got 3 separate abilities. And on those abilities, she has status buffs from what I understand. So her left click or her main primary fire is a fast burst of heals, but it doesn't do a crazy amount of heals off rip, which you'll see why here in a second. And then her right click is the main part of her kit. So her right click, as you can see here, she threw down this big bubble. Now we have 2 options here. We could either ignite, which is E, or retrieve. So if you ignite, boom, the people in that bubble get a quick burst of healing, and as you can see, my rate of fire here is increased dramatically. And if you're wondering what that red was, I believe that was the team up with the Hood, which he's not in the game yet, so you won't get the enhanced effect. But the base effect of that is when attack speed is enhanced, energy plasmoids transform into a hit scan attack that grants self-healing on it and is capable of dealing critical hits. So it's pretty much when you see this form where she's red, that is her team up with the Hood. Alright, so let's say you want to get that enhanced speed of attack. get your bubble to max size, ignite it, boom, your team gets a burst of health, and then you get the enhanced attack speed, which is pretty cool. This thing shreds people. As you can see, I just deleted 3 of these practice bots, which you could see here. If you're hitting a squishy, you are completely deleting their health pool. So let's try that again. Let's get bubble, boom. And as for her enhanced rate of fire, you can also use that on heals as well, which, boom, blow it up. Now I can heal at that max speed as well. But those are only 2 parts of her kit. The E, which is the ignite of her bubbles, but there's her movement, which is personally my favorite part of her kit, which is, for me, it's my mouse button, but for I think everyone else it would be shift, which it gives you this little floaty movement, and then as well it's got a burst jump at the end. Here, let's turn off cooldowns so I can show you properly. And there's a bar to the right. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm sure you can. There's a meter to the right, which that is for her movement. So even if you do have your movement back and your meter's depleted, you're not going to get the full bang for your buck. So this is her movement. She's got, I think, just enhanced movement speed as well as a power jump that I'll show you here in a second. Boom. Power jump. Good for getting away or getting back with your team, or avoiding a Black Panther or a Spider-Man, whoever's diving you. And then my favorite part of her kit is her ult. So in her ult, you actually charge up and unleash a ring outwards, and which can launch the enemy team up in the air, as well as healing and doing damage to them. So as you can see, they're getting hit up into the air. This guy is taking damage. I could press Q and adjust the angle of the ult so it actually moves faster rather than its normal mode. They're kind of slower and further out, which is a bigger range. But if I bring it in closer, as you can see, it's doing more damage faster, as well as being a tighter spread. I think she's probably one of the funnest strategists that they've added in a long time, and it's a nice change up to the dive capable strategists that we were getting. This one, Jubilee, seems a little bit more reliant on your team to peel back for you, but I don't think that necessarily would make her a bad strategist whatsoever. I think her play style is the real strength of her kit. If you know how to play her properly, I think you could do it extremely well. Yeah, you could do extremely well against the opposing team. I would just say that her probably weakest link in her kit is her healing capability. Like, she does decent heals, but from the little gameplay that I've had with her, you can't exactly save people from, like, being dove very well, or like if they're very low and they're gonna get like pushed by a Punisher. I don't feel that you have that capability to like save somebody unless you've got your enhanced rate of fire. I think that is the part of your kit that you need to play around, is that fast shooting and the ability to heal up your team and damage the enemy team way faster. Alright, let's hop into a few games, see how she plays. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop into a game, hopefully be able to insta-lock her. I know a bunch of people, since this is only the second day of release, have been insta-locking her. So let's hope we can get some gameplay with her and show you how she plays a little bit. Alright, loading up for our first game as Jubilee. Because I don't know if I have mentioned, but this actually follows both enemies and allies and will heal enemies inside the bubble or damage enemies inside the bubble, depending on who's in there. Here, let's get some group heals here. Boom. Ignite it. That Ignite does both a burst. If it's your team that is affected by it, I believe it does a burst of healing or a burst of damage, depending on if it's an enemy or an ally. Ooh, a little bit of ace action. First day on the new character. I would compare her healing to that of somebody's capability like Mantis, or somebody like Cloak and Dagger. I wouldn't say that she necessarily would get the most heals on the team, but I do think she is a very solid pick for a healer. Get some heals here. Drop a bubble over there. Get some group heals. Now when my E comes back, I will be able to ignite it. I do think one of the weaker parts of her kit is her inability to get away from some dives. As you can see here, Iron Fist just rolled Jubilee, and if you don't have your movement, you just aren't going to get away. So a lot of that comes down to just positioning with your team and knowing where to play and who's diving you, what the other team comp is. Let's get some bubbles down. That fast rate of firing actually is very helpful when your teammates are low and they need a quick burst of healing. Let's pop our ult. You can change the range, like you just saw. I just closed in the range on the ult. You can also speed it up when it is in its closer form, as opposed to when it's further out. It is actually a little bit slower just because it's further from you.
Perfect precision.
As you can see there, I had to really use all my cooldowns in order to fight that Iron Fist out, and he got me in the end anyway. Iron Fist, I found that Spider-Man, Black Cat, like any of those dives, you are very susceptible to, so keep that in mind. Let's bubble the thing, make sure he's getting heals while Emma ults. Always cycling these bubbles and your ignites. Pop our ult. And that's a perfect example of timing her ult, because her ult is very temperamental. I feel like if you do not use it in the right moment, like if you just decide to panic ult and you are getting dove or there's a lot of damage coming at you and you just ult, that's a very quick way to just get destroyed by the other team. From what I've seen, she cannot sustain very long in that ult. We may not have got the win, but I feel like that was a good showcase of what she's kind of capable of. Very, very specific on how you play her, and I still need to play a bunch more of her to really get a good grasp on when to place bubbles, who to place bubbles on, when to ignite, when to use your movement if you save that. These are kind of all the sorts of things that you really need to think about when you're playing her. But as far as what I think of her, I think she's probably the most fun I've had on a healer since the addition of, I don't know, Ultron. Ultron's also another fun healer, but I feel like she really meshes well with the gameplay system, and her abilities are fun, bringing some more love to Jubilee as a character, and I know a lot of X-Men fans are happy that she's in the game. Alright guys, that'll be it for the video. Thanks for watching. Look out for the next video. It's going to be another Marvel Rivals video, Season 9. So if you want to see more Marvel Rivals content, just let me know. Peace.